Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day one of Balance Point, and it's May Day, Bealtaine. There's a tradition that I have. I'm not sure how I kind of made it up from reading things and listening to things that on the 1st of May, I recommit to things. In the olden days, there was this Brehon law that you committed to something, you hand fasted to something for a year and a day, whether that be your husband, the job that you were doing, you committed to something, you adjusted the criteria, the conditions, and then you did a year and a day of a commitment. And then a year and a day later, the 1st of May the next year, you could either break that commitment or you could do it again. And I always recommit to my land. I recommit to the sense of I will tend to this land. I will be here for another year and a day. This is my journey as being here in this land. And it's something about the agency and my recommitment invigorates or excites me again. I'm like, wow, yes, I choose this. I choose to be here. I choose to dig and chop and be here on this land. And so, yeah, what is it that you unconsciously or consciously are committing to? And how do you give yourself agency and power within the choices that you're making? So this month is all about Balance Point, that wobbly, creative, really potent place where we balance things in our lives. And that could be us physically balancing here, but also balancing between, being inwards and being outwards, between work and not work, between physical and resting, between action and deep nourishment of places. So how do we achieve balance? And it's not a static place. It's an ever-changing, very dynamic, incredibly creative process, balance. So yeah, let's dig deep and find balance within us on many different levels of our lives. And often I feel to know balance, you have to really be aware of where you're not balanced or where you're not in equilibrium in yourself. So yeah, I think this should be insightful the next month. So things you'll need some kind of a block thing, or a book will do. Okay. Just so that we're going to play a bit with something like this. A book is good, but it tends to it'll open and do stuff. So if you're using a book, then put a big elastic band around it so it's not opening up. Okay. And if you have a block, then great. Okay. And so we're going to start sitting. So come sit on your mat, and you can sit on your block, or you can, if you have something else that you like sitting on, then sit on that. Okay. At this point, this moment of sitting, you can do this in a chair. Okay. So at any stage when we're sitting on the floor, if you go, oh, actually a chair is what I'm going to do, then use your chair. Okay. And then, sorry. So great. Come, let's sit on the floor. So come. And welcome back. It's very exciting and wonderful to be here. So come sit, come land, and come into a cross-legged position if you're sitting on the ground. If you're sitting on your chair, then just find a comfortable seat. And any kind of position. So you can have your knees high, your knees wide. See what's right for you. And then just close your eyes. And we're really going to feel into that sense of where we rest in ourselves, or how we have these patterns of expression in our bodies, and how we can update them and create more dynamically balanced ones. So just closing your eyes and feel the sense of the weight down into your pelvis. A sense of your seat where you're sitting. And notice, is one side of your pelvis heavier than the other? And we're going to do it without movement in the beginning, and then we're going to start playing a bit with movement. So just as a snapshot, which side of your pelvis is heavier? Nice. And then I want you to lean a little bit to the left. Feel the work of that in the waist. Feel how your left buttock is heavier into the ground. Nice. Come back to center slowly. Find center. And then lean a little bit towards the right. And feel how your right buttock is now heavier. And there's more work through the pelvis, through the belly as you do this. And then back to center. And then really slowly, I want you to lean so that you feel that your left buttock is heavier. It's nothing about your head and shoulders. It's about the pelvis. Lean so you feel your right hip heavier. And so just ponderously, that's the word I have for this. Be ponderous in your pelvis and really feel like, oh, there's weight on the right pelvis. Center, notice center, and then weight on the left pelvis. And I'm doing this with my eyes closed because we learned last time that we have so many different senses that when we close our eyes, we allow other layers of us to become more aware. Eyes are so powerful. So we can magnify our awareness when our eyes are closed. Nice. Come back to center. Find center. A balanced sense of both hips solid on the floor or on the chair and that they're equal. Nice. And then lean a little bit forward and then lean a little bit back. And all you're doing is noticing sensations. So as you lean forward, where engages for me? I can feel my inner thighs. I feel something more in my chest. And when I lean back, I feel it in my thighs again and in my chest, but also my abdominal muscles. So just feel, lean a little bit forward. Find center. And then lean a little bit back. And feel the muscles that are engaging as you move. And then just begin to sway forwards. Notice center. Have a moment of pause and then lean back. And then center. Forwards. Center. And then back. And then turn in a circle with your shoulders, but let that be ponderous into your pelvis. So now you're circling your shoulders in a circle and you're really traveling your weight like a spinning top. Traveling in a circle and then travel with your circle in the other direction. If at any stage your knees are feeling tired, stretch your legs out. We're just listening. How do you spin like a top and feel the weight of your pelvis changing its orientation? Nice. Stretch your legs out long. Roll into your ankles, big circles. And then roll in the other direction. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee. If you can, rather than lifting with your hands, if your legs can do that work, that's awesome. If you do need to help them with your hands, then do. But that your legs lift your legs is an incredibly important thing. Nice, great. Point your toes, try and touch the floor, and then flex your feet. Point and flex. Nice. Cool. So come off this. So in the beginning, we're just going to be mapping things. We're just feeling into mapping things, and that's going to grow. And we're going to start experimenting in different directions as we bring more and more awareness in. So come into your cat pose. So you're on your hands and knees. Just do a few rounding and arching, just because it's awesome for our spines. Arching. Rounding. Arching. Often I have to remember to include my pelvis in the movement. When I'm rounding, I tend to it turns off. And so I squeeze my bum, then include it. And then when I'm arching, I really include my shoulders. So notice where you forget. What are you not moving as you round and arch? Nice. And then just coordinate. So squeeze the right side, squeeze the left side. Squeeze the right side. So the right shoulder comes to the right hip and the left shoulder comes to the left hip. Cool. So now with balance, how do we lean over towards the right? And it's almost like, lift your left knee up, Is it possible to lift your left hand up? For me, not at the moment. I haven't learned enough skills. So lift your left knee up, let it hover, come back, lean over towards the left side, and then let your right knee lift. So one of the most important things about this is that I'm not lifting my knee when I'm centered. I'm shifting my weight, and then my knee is lifting as a response. So as you travel, go as far as you can, and then feel, oh, my knee wants to lift. Feel that I want to lift my knee because I'm traveling to the side. And the lifting of your knee counterweights you, and you can go a little bit further. Notice that. So travel as far as you can go, let your knee lift, and you can go a little bit further. Oh, look at that. Travel as far as you can go, let your knee lift, and you can go a little bit further. How does it feel? How do you go, knee lift, go further, go, knee lift, go further. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. All the way back. Feel back into your heels. Feel back into your legs. Really deepen back into the full of your calves, the full of the back of your thighs. And just pause. Deepen your breath. Nice. So bend your right knee and let your bum travel over towards the right and feel how you're balancing. There's a moment where your left hand can come off the floor easily because your whole weight has now shifted to the right. And then come back to center. Bend your left knee, let your bum travel over towards the left. And then find that moment of connection where your right hand can just easily come off the floor. It's no longer part of the kinetic chain that's holding you up. Bend your right knee, let your bum travel towards the right. Find that moment where your hand on the left can lift and it makes no difference to the balance that you're holding. Bend your left knee, let your bum travel to the left, and then let your right hand lift. And just do that one more time each side. Right knee bends, left hand can lift. Left knee bends, right hand can lift. Cool. Drop both knees down, come rest into your child's pose. Just find that sense of reaching your fingers as far forward as feels comfortable. Head is down. Bum is moving towards your heels. That deep folding of your body. I'm just going to lift my head. I sound a bit like Darth Vader. As you rest here right now, there's that thing where when are we balancing and when are we stable and resting? So what part of you is supporting where right now? Like, could you fall over right now? It's very hard to fall over right now. There's that sense of the deep base of your knees and your feet, the stability of your arms, the bilateral, so the two sides of your body are both even on the floor. Super. Come all the way forward onto your hands and knees. And then so we're going to wobble ourselves a little bit. So hands and knees are on the floor. Bring yourself to the fingertips of your right hand. And then take your right hand off the floor. And pull your right elbow back into lawnmower. And so when you're back here in lawnmower, feel this slight swaying of your body. So you're no longer fixed between two hands. Instead, I feel like I can feel that there's a slight movement of left to right through the shoulder blades, or through the chest. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Come up onto your fingers of the left hand. Make a fist and then pull your left elbow back. And just feel that very slight swaying and even allow that swaying to happen. Ever so slight, like it's tiny. But you're balancing. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Lift your right knee off the floor. How does a sway happen in your pelvis here? It's a very slight movement. Just feel like you're like a tree in the wind, and your pelvis is just swaying ever so gently side to side. So you're balancing on that left knee. Your right knee is floating. Your right foot is floating. Nice. Other side. Let your left knee lift. And just allow a sway. Very interesting. It feels really nourishing to sway. It feels really nice. Nice. Both knees to the floor. From here, bend your right elbow, pull it back into lawnmower, and then glide your right hand under your left armpit and reach towards the left. Pull your right elbow back, lawnmower, and then reach your right hand to the left. One more time. Pull your elbow back, lawnmower, reach towards the left. Pause there, shoulders on the floor. So it's really interesting. This is a pose that I often feel like I could fall over, but I don't even know what direction I would fall. Would I fall backwards? Would I roll onto my back, kind of like like a forward roll in gymnastics? Would I flop onto my back? Would I fall forwards? Nice. Come all the way back. Left hand, make a fist, pull your left elbow back, lawnmower. And then glide your left hand under your right armpit. Left hand goes back, under. Left hand goes back. And then under, let yourself land. Are you balancing right now? How does that feel? Where? Nice. Come all the way up. Both hands to the floor. Now we'll just have a moment of standing. So come stand on your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. And then close your eyes. And feel that moment of, the floor beneath you. And the slight swaying that happens in your body. So just let that sway happen slightly. And so when you're feeling the floor beneath you, do you feel like your two sets of toes and your two heels are working evenly? So last night, I was doing this in the in-person class last night, and I really felt, so pause in your swaying and just feel, how do your feet connect to the floor? So for me, right toes are much more active than the left, and my left heel is much more active than the right. So it feels like I'm pushing into the right toes and the left heel, but that's it, So I'm going to try and balance that action by pushing into the left toes and my right heel, and try to have a sense of balance through my feet. And then I'm going to circle like a top and try and keep that sense of awareness of the places that I don't usually lean into. Just feel that. Your eyes can be open, your eyes can be closed. If your eyes are closed, it's a smaller movement and it's more difficult. How do you just gently sway like a top and feel your feet on the floor? What parts of your feet don't respond in the same way as others? Is there a place that goes, oh, I don't know how to do that? And then circle in the other direction. Again, you can have your eyes open or your eyes closed. Movement is smaller if your eyes are closed. Woo. Just feeling. Super. Come back to center. Feel both feet on the ground. Notice what parts of your feet are working more. Lean all your weight to the right. And just feel that. Left foot is lighter. It's still on the floor. I'm just leaning to the right. Lean all your weight to the left. Open your eyes for this one. Okay. Lean all your weight to the right. Reach your right hand up and reach so far that your left foot begins to lift because you've reached so high with the right hand. Nice. Lower your hand down, foot down. Lean your weight to the left. Reach your left hand up. Reach so high that your right foot lifts off the floor. A sense of a balanced wobbliness between this. We'll just travel from side to side. Weight to the right, right arm up, reach. Weight to the left, left arm up, reach. So really feel what is the dynamic balance in this? What is the moment of, there's my balance, there's my gesture of connectivity, the connection direction. Nice, cool. So come lie on your mat, come all the way down. Land on your mat. Shoulders are on the floor, spine is on the floor, and then just sway your knees from side to side. And as you sway your knees from side to side, just feel that through your belly. Feel it through your spine. Reach your arms wide and out to a T. You can keep swaying your knees from side to side, or you can bring it up into gliders. So right knee travels up in the direction of your left shoulder, and then left knee travels up in the direction of your right shoulder. Or some version of whatever it is that you like. I know some of you don't like gliders. Awesome. Cool. So come all the way back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Push your elbows down and walk your spine away from your pelvis. Hands to your belly. And just pause. Slowing down the exhalation, lengthening your exhalation. You can bring your feet to stand, you can stretch your legs out long, or you can leave the soles of your feet together if it feels like a supportive resting pose for you. So in Ireland, there's a tradition of the May bush. Stretch your legs out or just find a place of rest. And so in other countries, there's the May pole. In Ireland, there's a May bush. So the May bush is the blackthorn. So a few weeks ago, the white thorn was flowering, and that's a really small, all the way along the edges, whereas blackthorn is the haw, and that has clusters of white at the end. And so at the moment, there's just the most beautiful blackthorn in flower. And in the olden days, you'd go find a blackthorn and you would tie a ribbon to a blackthorn and you would make a wish. So maybe there's a blackthorn in your area. Maybe there's if you live somewhere like Graz in Austria, maybe there's no blackthorn, but maybe go find a white flowering bush and tie a little thread or a string or a ribbon to it and make a wish for the year. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to Bealtaine, to May, to Balance Point. It feels really exciting in the deep of me to, wonder about balance. What is the balance of all of this? I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Ciao. Slán slán.